What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Tar Sports YouTube podcast. Whatever you're listening on, either way, I appreciate you. All right, last week wasn't our best, wasn't our worst, wasn't our best. Definitely not our best. But yeah, we were hot, and we sail like the sea. All right, let's get back into it this week. Let's start another hot streak. This is UFC Vegas 108 full card predictions. Let's get into it. The main event here, Tatsuro Tayara taking on Yong Park. Park took this fight on like 5 days notice, but he was in camp. He was supposed to fight Steve Erceg in about like 2 weeks from now. So he's shortening his camp and he's getting a main event versus Tayara. So it should be a great fight. This is the thing with this fight, right? Park was in camp for Steve Erceg. Now he's fighting Tayara. Those are two completely different types of opponents here. I mean, Steve Erceg is a nasty inside boxer, and Tayara wants to take you down and get a submission. It's the complete opposite. So I think that switch up is going to be a little bit hard for Park. I like Park, though. He's extremely fun to watch. He mixes it up well. He's a finish machine. Park, 10 wins, 9 finishes, 5 submissions, 4 KOs. So he's a killer, and that's hard to do at flyweight, man. A lot of those flyweights are very durable. Tayara, he's 4 years younger than Park, believe it or not, and he has 7 more pro fights than Park. One of those weird ones where he's the younger fighter but more experience as well. That usually tends to favor Tayara. The betting odds are not out yet for this, so I'm not 100% sure who is the favorite. I'm assuming Tayara is going to be minus like around 200. That's my prediction, but I don't know for a fact. But Park has 100% takedown defense. It has not been tested very well since joining the UFC. It has not. For what it is, he has 100% takedown defense. Park, I think he's a lot better on the feet. I think he can grapple. I don't think his grappling is on par with Tayara, but he can grapple. Tatsuro is the way better grappler, but I think Park's a little bit better on the feet. But this is just a short notice fight. Maybe if it was a full fight camp preparing for Tayara and not a completely different style in Erceg, I would go his direction. But that being said, I like Tayara in this fight. Tayara, his matchup got changed too. He's been training for Albazi, I believe, and he's not getting Albazi now. He's getting Park, and I think Park and Albazi are similar in styles in comparison to Erceg and Tayara, but it's just the luck of the draw. I mean, Park took the fight. He's confident. I like it. And I think this should be a great fight. I think it should be a fun fight. But that being said, give me Tayara moneyline in this one. Co-main event, Duncan taking on Rebecki. I probably butchered that name, but you guys see it right next to me. Alright guys, let's get into this one. Duncan is the way longer fighter. I don't know if he's bigger like mass wise, but he's 3 inches taller, 5 inch reach advantage. Duncan, his only loss in the UFC is to Manel Torres, and I think very highly of Manel Torres. I think he's a stud. Rebecki, his loss is not so good. He's coming off a loss to Diego Ferreira where he was minus 450 and got KO'd, so I don't like that. Before that fight though, I would say Rebecki was all around better. I think both mix it up very well, takedowns and standing. I think they both can do it very well. Both guys 4-1 in their last 5. Extremely good fighters. 20-2, 13-2. They're the same age. Rebecki a lot more fights in his profession though. I think Rebecki's just a better fighter. The odds show it. He's minus 210, but he was a minus 450 and got flatlined. Duncan's path to victory is he needs to turn this to a brawl. Duncan is gritty, alright? He likes to get hit. He likes to take a punch, to give a punch. He's just a brawler, man. He really is. He's a tough guy. Rebecki, 35% takedown accuracy, and Duncan only has a 37% takedown defense. So I think the path to victory in this one is Rebecki to keep it on the ground. I don't think he wants to brawl with Duncan. Rebecki can hold his own on the feet. He's not bad at all, but I think the path to victory in this one, if you look at the stats, is there. I like Rebecki in this one, mostly by decision. Duncan is extremely durable. Give me Rebecki by decision. Next fight, the fight I'm most excited for, Elvis Brener taking on Esteban Robovics, guys. This is going to be a wild fight. If you've never seen Elvis Brener fight, pause this video, go look him up, go watch his highlights. This dude is wild, man, and in a good way. He's extremely fun to watch. Only 27 years old. He trains with Charles Oliveira. He's extremely entertaining. He doesn't have the best record, 16-5. Robovics never finished. Brener, he only got KO'd 1 time in his career, never submitted. This fight, it's going to be wild. It's going to be crazy, but the best bet for this fight, in my opinion, is for this fight to go to distance with the durability of these guys. These guys are going to throw everything, and I think they're going to survive it. They have before. This will be an absolute war. Brener is on a 2-fight losing streak, but he is 3-2 in his last 5, and he arguably could have won one of those. Robovic lost his last 1, and he is also 3-2 in his last 5. Brener, 76% takedown defense, where Robovic has a 66% takedown accuracy. But guys, this type of fight, these type of fighters, I think they might just abandon the grappling. I think it's going to be an absolute wild fight. Brainerd trains with Charles Oliveira. Not getting much better training partner than Charles Oliveira. I'm going to go Elvis Brainerd by decision in this one. Next fight, we got some women's MMA. Rosa taking on Norah. The first thing I honestly look at with women's MMA is, do either of these chicks have finishing ability? And Norah has hands. She has some power behind her hand. She got some KOs in her victories. 9-2, sitting pretty. Rosa 18-7. That's also a nice little record she got going. Norah is 3-1 in UFC. Rosa, she's win-loss. But I mean, she's been in UFC for a decent amount of time now. I think Rosa has more ways to win this fight. She can mix it up very well. Norah, if she keeps on the feet, she can find a KO victory in this one. Norah just a 50% takedown defense, and Rosa 46% takedown accuracy. So I mean, not the best accuracy, but also not the best takedown defense. I mean, if she shoots 3 times, she's probably going to take her down once. Will it be enough to counter the damage? I'm not sure. This is women's MMA. Let's just play it with how I always play it. Give me the women's underdog. Give me Norah. I'm going to go Norah by KO in this one. Neil Magny taking on those Santos guys. Neil Magny is finally fighting someone older than him. Neil Magny is 37 years old. His last 4 or 5 fights, they were all young up-and-comers, and now he's finally getting someone his age. Honestly surprised he's that big of a dog, plus 175 right now. I expected this to be a little bit more of a pick-em. Magny's the way bigger fighter, 4 inches taller, 7-inch reach advantage. I think Magny is all around better. His competition has been better. The Santos has not fought slouches either, but recently his competition level has not been on the level of Neil Magny's. Neil Magny's versus Morales. He's fighting Gilbert Burns. He's fighting Ian Gary Machado. He's fighting Carlos Prats. I think Neil Magny wins this one. I really do. Now, I don't think there's going to be a finish in this. I think the safest play here is this fight to go to decision, but that's probably going to be around -3 something, -300 or something. So give me Neil Magny by decision in this one. Next fight, Danny Silva taking on Kevin Vallejo. This should be an interesting fight. Silva's pretty good. He mixes it up pretty well. 2-0 in UFC, but they both are split decision wins, which is not what you really want to see. The one shouldn't have been a split decision. I thought he won that fight. The other split decision, it could have gone either way. It really could have. As to where Kevin Vallejo, he's been just absolutely flatlining people. He has 15 wins, 13 by finish. His only career loss is to Gene Silva on the Contender Series. Silva's not that much of a finisher. He has 10 wins, only 5 finishes. You don't really expect too many finishes at 145. Silva has 7.9 strikes absorbed per minute. He's never been finished, but with 7.96 strikes absorbed per minute against Vallejos, you're probably going to go down. You can't go into a war with this guy. I'm going to go Vallejos in this one. I do think Danny Silva is very durable, so I'm going to go Vallejos by decision in this one. I could see him getting a KO just because Silva gets hit a lot, but he's proven he can take punches, so give me Vallejos by decision in this one. Next fight, Nakamura taking on Fletcher. These guys mix it up very well. Nakamura in his prime at 30 years old. Fletcher's 27, so he's just entering his prime. Nakamura probably has the better understanding of grappling. He has an 81% takedown average and 100% takedown defense. Now, I can say I do not know how well that has been proven. With these lower guys, when they have great takedown defenses, it usually disappears when they verse someone that can actually grapple. Fletcher, he might be a little bit better on the feet, looking at the stats, but Fletcher, he only has a 50% takedown defense and a 38% takedown accuracy. So like I said, Nakamura I think is the better grappler, even though they both can mix it up. Both durable. Nakamura never been finished. Fletcher got KO'd 1 time in his career. That's it. These guys are extremely durable. I kind of think that Fletcher is worth a play here. I think Nakamura is a lot better grappler, but I think Fletcher on the feet, and I think he can hold his own if he can stop a few takedowns, especially in the later rounds. I think he has a path to victory in this one. I'd rather take Fletcher on the money line anyway to win, plus 325, instead of Nakamura by a specific way, because Nakamura is -450. -450 for a reason. I don't think those odds truly replicate how close this fight is going to be. I'm going to go Fletcher money line here. I do. I think it's worth a play. I think it's way safer than taking Nakamura by a way of victory in this one. So I'm going to take Fletcher money line. Gore taking on Rodolfo Vieira. I'm not trying to be disrespectful here, but if you're looking for a parlay piece, Rodolfo Vieira should be the first name. That gives it away. I'm taking Rodolfo Vieira in this one. He is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu world-class athlete, so it's probably going to be a submission in this one. He doesn't really get a lot of KOs. Give me Vieira by submission in this one, but I'll walk into it a little bit. All right, so Vieira's only UFC losses: Andre Petrosky, Chris Curtis, Anthony Hernandez. Gore is nowhere close to that level. Nowhere close. He would get absolutely decimated by those 3 fighters. And I think this is a mismatch. I think the odds are a little off, and that's why I think Rodolfo Vieira is the perfect parlay piece. Only minus 235. You can compare that with one other person, and you're pretty much set for even money. Rodolfo Vieira is a straight killer. 10 wins, 9 submissions, 1 KO. Gore's only 3-2 in the UFC, and the guys he's lost to are guys that are nowhere, absolutely nowhere near Petrosky, Chris Curtis, Anthony Hernandez. Vieira 100% takedown defense. Gore can mix it up pretty well. I believe he averages like just over 2 takedowns per 5 minutes. Why would you want to take Vieira down? Tradition Gore has a little bit of wrestling, but I don't think he has any jiu-jitsu. Why would you want to take someone like Vieira down? Vieira has the way better competition. I'm going to end this one sweet. Give me Rodolfo Vieira by submission. Next fight, Nick Klein taking on Andre Paliv. Both guys are off of the Dana White Contender Series. Both had fights since then. They're 0-1. Not good starts to the UFC careers, so I get the matchmaking here. It's weird, right? The Russian guy's the striker and the American's the wrestler in this one. Klein, 6 wins, 5 finishes, 2 KOs, 3 submissions. Paliv, 9 wins, 7 finishes, 5 KOs, 2 submissions. So it's a battle of styles here. I think if Paliv can keep this on the feet, he's going to win, and if Klein can get him down, he's going to win. I think Nick Klein has decent wrestling. I don't know if he's going to have great wrestling in this one. With guys that I'm completely unsure about, I'd much rather take the guy that's better on the feet, because if it stays on the feet, he's going to dominate. You're getting a Russian. You're getting a fighter that ends in EV at almost a pick on 155. You'll pay that all day for a fighter that ends in EV. I'm going to follow my gut. I'm going to follow my sayings. If the odds are close and one fighter ends in OV, EV, and the other doesn't, take them. So give me Andre Paliv in this one by KO. Next fight, Rafael Estam taking on Felipe Burns. Guys, there's a 7 years age difference in this fight. Estam is in his prime at 28 years old, and Burns is coming out of his prime at 35 years old. This fight got thrown together very short notice. I believe Estam's it doesn't say the odds on ESPN yet, but I believe he's minus like 400, 450, something crazy like that, and it's for good reason. Estam is a nasty grappler. He's undefeated, 13-0. Felipe Burns, I mean, he's nothing special. I think he has pretty slick jiu-jitsu, so Estam might want to look out for that. That is his path to victory. If you want to take a long shot in this one, it would be Burns by submission, but I don't think he'll get caught in anything stupid. Give me Rafael Estam by decision in this one. Last but not least, Rodriguez taking on Kelan. Kelan plus 165. It's women's MMA. Rodriguez is pretty good, though. I'll say that. She's actually one of I know this is a curtain jerker, and I know I usually say, oh, these girls are opening up for the Apex. Why would you ever take the favorite? Just take but Rodriguez is pretty good. She's only 3-2 in the UFC, but one of those losses she was absolutely dominating and then got DQ'd for a headbutt. So she should be 4-1. Sosa 2-2 in the UFC, not the best. I mean, if you're going to look at these girls and pick someone to win a fight without looking at odds, I mean, probably going to pick the one with the neck tattoo, for being honest here. But all jokes aside, I think Rodriguez is a great parlay piece. I really do. I think she's a lot better than Kelan. The odds are a little bit biased. I don't think with these Apex cards, especially curtain jerkers like this, the odds makers don't really look too heavily into it. They just probably see she's 3-2 in the UFC, and not knowing one was a headbutt that she absolutely dominated in. I think a great parlay would be Rodriguez with Rodolfo Vieira. Give me Rodriguez in this one. Give me Rodriguez by decision. That does it for UFC Vegas 108. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that. I appreciate all the views I got last week. Hopefully you guys returned, and hopefully we got even more. Join the Discord. That's where all my plays go. Alright, I don't take anything until weigh-ins, even though this video I'm recording on Monday. Hopefully this card stays intact. It's been a complete nightmare so far with people pulling out and all that. Weigh-ins go the way we like. The plays are going to be similar to this video. I might have a change of heart here and there, but official plays will be out Friday after weigh-ins. Alright guys, I appreciate everybody. Subscribe.